What happens when the world's most powerful leader gives himself just 2 weeks to decide on military strikes that could reshape the Middle East? Right now, President Trump's Iran decision is creating massive uncertainty across global markets and diplomatic channels. Trump has announced a critical 2-week window to determine whether the United States will join Israel's escalating military campaign against Iran. This comes as Israel intensifies aerial strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities, raising stakes for what could become a broader regional conflict. We will explore how this delay is rattling global markets, impacting oil prices, and why the Federal Reserve's latest move adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. Trump's postponement serves multiple strategic purposes that go beyond simple hesitation. First, it creates crucial breathing room for diplomatic negotiations happening behind closed doors between the United States and Iran. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and British Foreign Secretary David Lammy are working frantically to prevent regional escalation from spiraling out of control. Second, the delay allows America to strategically reposition military assets and supplies throughout the Middle East. Third, it gives Israel additional time to potentially degrade Iranian nuclear capabilities through continued precision strikes. But here is where it gets interesting. This calculated ambiguity has created what market analysts are calling the Trump always chickens out approach. This references previous instances where Trump pulled back from military action at the last moment, leaving investors guessing about his true intentions. This uncertainty is precisely what is unsettling global markets right now. Markets are responding with clear anxiety signals. United States stock futures dropped 0.2% immediately following Trump's announcement, while oil markets saw Brent futures fall by 2.7% as traders hoped the delay reduced chances of immediate military action. However, international markets took a surprisingly optimistic view. Hong Kong's Hang Seng and India's Nifty 50 rallied over 1%. With investors betting that diplomacy might actually prevail over military force. Adding another layer of complexity, the Federal Reserve held interest rates steady at 4.25% to 4.5%, marking their 4th consecutive pause. Fed Chair Jerome Powell emphasized the need for patience amid persistent inflation and unpredictable geopolitical developments. Trump immediately criticized this decision, claiming the Fed's inaction costs America hundreds of billions of dollars in economic opportunity. The elephant in the room remains potential oil supply disruption through the Strait of Hormuz. Any conflict could trigger massive energy price volatility worldwide, affecting everything from gas prices to shipping costs. United States military repositioning in Qatar and suspended airline flights to the region signal that the possibility of conflict remains very real. These next 2 weeks represent a critical diplomatic window that could determine regional stability for years to come. European officials are warning of dire consequences if escalation continues unchecked, while the United Nations Security Council prepares to reconvene at Iran's urgent request. Trump's 2-week timeline has created unprecedented market uncertainty, with global economic stability literally hanging in the balance. Subscribe to stay updated on this developing story that could reshape international relations.